What's going on, Assassins? By now you've all heard that no longer will there be any more major DLCs for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Meaning that in the past, whenever we had a new game come out, they would give us two massive DLCs and there would be like a season pass, which never made sense because it was only one season. It wasn't like, year 2 or 3 that we would have other passes. But anyway, I digress. What would happen is that we would get a season pass, or you would pay for the individual DLCs, depending on what you liked and what you didn't like, or you could have them both, again, with the season pass. Usually they were anywhere from around 15 to 20 something bucks. And in the case of Valhalla, the whole Dawn of Ragnarok, that was actually an expansion, which was $40, and people lost their minds over that. But a lot of people are worried because they're losing motivation after hearing that we only have Claws of Awaji as our major DLC, and there will be no other DLCs after that. So I don't want you guys to get discouraged. I don't want you guys to worry that you're going to have nothing to do, that you're going to be bored, and things like that. If anything, we should be looking to past games in order to see exactly what we will probably be looking forward to. Honestly, and it's not that bad. If you remember in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, they gave us Corfu Island, which was a whole nother island that we could explore. It had ore all around it. It had missions, and it gave us a little more story. And this was well after Assassin's Creed Odyssey had even happened. This actually was a freebie given to us alongside everything that was going on with Assassin's Creed Valhalla, in which we had the Odyssey Valhalla crossover. And this is kind of what people are expecting to happen with Assassin's Creed Shadows, because of course we did find that cave with the statue of Cassandra. Now, will they give us something like this? I kind of believe so. They've been really good about giving us a bunch of different things in game, as far as like extra little land masses, sometimes extra missions and whatnot. And they've been doing this kind of consistently. They've done this with Odyssey. They've done this with Valhalla. And we were able to actually go and mess around in new free sort of areas. And again, there were a lot of rewards that we got there. There were a lot of things that were found. I know a couple of people were complaining that Awaji doesn't have any keys, and maybe in future updates we'll see something like that. But this is what I want you guys to focus on. I want you guys to just imagine that we get something along the lines of Corfu Island, or maybe there'll be something else that we unlock. Maybe there'll be like little sub-regions that we find that they give us for free. Just because they say no major DLCs, it doesn't mean that, number one, we're not getting add-ons or some sort of DLC. It doesn't mean, number two, that they're not continuing the story. Number three, you know that there's going to be like way more things that are going on. They're talking about other crossovers, which crossovers seem to be really big in Assassin's Creed Shadows. And, it's kind of welcome. I'd like to see what other crossovers they do. I know there was a lot of rumor about Demon Slayer, and, there were a couple of other ones that floated around that kind of made no sense. But then again, Attack on Titan really didn't make sense, but it was a cool little mission that we got and whatnot. Honestly, this is what I think they're going to go for. I think they're going to go with that. They're going to give us some other regions, some other like little areas and whatnot, and we'll unlock it little by little. And maybe through opening those things up, we could transfer back and forth and go to like these little locations and unlock other things. Maybe we'll unlock some more gear and whatnot. Now, maybe we don't get a Corfu Island. Maybe we don't get a major landmass. Maybe we don't get anything even as close to the size of Awaji Island. But I'm pretty confident that we're going to get enough add-ons, enough sort of mini DLCs, and enough other things where we'll get more skills, we'll get more masteries, we'll get more gear, obviously, and of course, you'll continue to have New Game Plus where you could just keep going and keep upgrading your gear, keep doing better. I'm pretty sure they're going to surprise us. Honestly, this has been the most, I want to say, consumer-friendly Assassin's Creed that I've seen in a long time. Honestly, with all the freebies that they give us, they're doing all right. They're not the UbiSoft of old. They still have their microtransactions and things like the Attack on Titan crossover and the Dead by Daylight crossover. Those skins, those gear packs, those weapons and whatnot, they're here for a limited time. And, paying for it, yeah, that sucks, but they've been pretty good about rotating a lot of the gear that they've been putting out there for microtransactions. So I've seen a pretty good rotation. I've seen a way better rotation than I've seen with Retta or even Sargon. So I'm going to say they're doing pretty good here. They are doing they're doing right by us. So I really can't complain. I can't find myself complaining, honestly. I could see where they would charge money for the crossover gears, because I'm pretty sure that they do, give a portion of those sales to the owners of those properties, which I think that's fair. The other gear sets that they've got, again, they've been pretty good about rotating the gear sets in and out, the mounts in and out. A lot of the pets and the, things for the hideout and everything, they do rotate those as well. And, I'm not really into those, but I do appreciate the way that they've been rotating that. So I do feel like we're getting a lot of gear. We're getting an opportunity for a lot of gear. And, they're doing a lot of good with those keys. It's a lot easier to get keys than it is to, find opal or ore or anything that they threw at us in the past. So, so far so good. And I think it's building up some goodwill towards, the community, towards the consumers. Giving us all those freebies is also really awesome. So, I think that it's in a good direction. I really do. I feel like they're moving along. I don't see as many people saying that they're bored like they did when the game first came out, within the first 3 months of the game's release. Now we're getting to a place where it's a lot of fun, where you're constantly playing, and they keep giving you reason to come back every day. It's not like, Retta, where he's going to have trash in Valhalla, and, you get your freebie once a week. This is something different. This is actually kind of cool. Even the Christmas event, pretty cool, not going to lie. Anyway, what are your thoughts on this? Are you bummed that they're not going to do a major DLC? Does the fact that they're going to keep throwing little mini add-ons and mini DLCs, mini stories and whatnot, does that make up for it? Do the freebies that they give us, not just the Christmas freebies, but, the add-ons and stuff like that, does that make up for them not doing a major DLC? Or do you need the major DLC? And if you do, what kind do you need and why do you need it? Let me know in the comments below. Let's have a discussion about this. Anyway, that's all I've got for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure you like and subscribe. It helps this channel out an awful lot. As always, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. And until next time, take care, be good, stay safe, take care of each other. See you guys all in the next one.
Yar yee!